Welcome to Sales Performance Insights, the show for business owners, sales leaders, and high-performance sales pros, and those who aspire to be.
Hey, Frank here. I don't know, I think I'm going to do a podcast here. What do you think? So I've done a couple of podcasts in the past, and I write a newsletter. I've been writing a newsletter for every week for probably about the last 8-9 months. And I thought, hey, why not turn this into a podcast? And we'll see how it goes, you know? Hey, give me your thoughts. If this is a stupid idea, tell me it's a stupid idea. You hurt my feelings too bad, though. I'm probably going to quit. So if that's your objective, go ahead. Otherwise, maybe give you some encouragement. Love to hear from you. I'm thinking maybe I might do this as a live on LinkedIn. I don't know. Maybe live on LinkedIn and YouTube. I don't know. This first episode is a real quick episode. It's about 8 or 9 minutes or so. And it's really kind of the story of how I kind of got tricked into sales, kind of got into sales, and what has been kind of my source of motivation over the last 38 years in and around sales leadership, and owning a couple businesses. So, hey, here you go. Tell me your thoughts, and love to hear from you. So when I was 19 years old, probably like a lot of 19-year-olds, I was stuck. Not necessarily stuck in a dramatic way, not a midlife crisis type of stuck. For crying out loud, I was 18, 19 years old. This wasn't the stuff of movies. I was just stuck trying to get out of school, trying to get into the real world, and I had no idea what I was walking into. Well, at the time, I had a silver 1977 Camaro with the key broken off in the ignition. The nicest thing about the car was the stereo. And I really put that thing to good use, which is probably the reason I wear hearing aids today. So anyways, I was headed somewhere one day, and the stereo was probably turned up to 11, because this one will go to 11. And this song came on the radio. It was by a band, one of my favorites, named Triumph. And the song was called Fight the Good Fight. I don't know why, and I'd probably heard the song before, maybe 1,000 times, I don't know, but it really hit me hard. There's a line in the song, and I'm going to give you several here today, but this line says, "All your life you've been waiting for your chance." And that line pierced me, because that's exactly how I felt. I was waiting to fit into some plan somewhere. And that song became my anthem. Go listen to the song. It was who I was. And I didn't know it then, but it was literally shaping who I was to become, especially in sales, and probably even more so in sales leadership. So the lost years, I wasn't the best student. I was restless. I just wanted to do something different, something that wasn't school related, but I wasn't sure what. There was this pressure really to get it figured out, to get a degree, or to get out to do something, to land a job and make it look like I was on some kind of a track. But inside, I really felt like I was stalled at the starting line. And that's when Fight the Good Fight started playing on my Sony. I still remember Sony XR77 car stereo with the dual pile driver 6x9s in the back. I still know who I bought it from. I know the guy's name that I bought it from and where I bought it. I know everything about it. It really was that important to me at the time. So this song comes on and something shifted. I wouldn't say that it gave me a new blueprint, but what it did do was it gave me a new mindset. One of the lines in the song, "You're the master of your own destiny, so give and take the best that you can." It still chokes me up. That lyric taught me something that no classroom ever did. If you want a shot, you've got to go out and own the outcome. So how did I fall into sales? I'm going to be real with you. I didn't choose sales because it certainly wasn't my dream job. I used to want to be a chemist. I don't know why. It would seem cool. But I needed work, and sales was hiring. So that's how I started. In those early days, it was rough. A lot of cold calls, confusing comp plans. I didn't know how I was going to get paid. Feeling like I had no idea what I was doing. And people started eventually saying things like, "Hey, you're a natural." And I laughed, but I was just too stubborn to quit. So I didn't. What I didn't realize was that sales was teaching me how to fight the good fight, how to fight through fear, how to fight for clarity, how to fight for the customer, even when the customer didn't know yet what they needed. So the fact is that the real battle in sales is internal. And the longer that I stayed in sales, the more I started to see the pattern. The toughest fight isn't with the buyers. It's inside the rep. It's fear of failure. It's insecurity that often masks itself as overconfidence. It's the pressure to be on all the time. The line from Fight the Good Fight says, "You're so afraid of being honest with yourself. Take a look inside your heart." Told you, this song gets me. The lyric, it was a mirror moment. And it's that moment when you stop blaming the market, you stop blaming your boss, you stop blaming the product, and you get honest with yourself. And this is what I tell sales reps now. Look, sales doesn't reward waiting. Sales rewards ownership. So take ownership. Let's talk a little bit about leadership mindset. So when I moved into leadership, I had to learn a whole new kind of fight. It wasn't about proving that I could sell. It was about helping them believe that they could sell. And man, that's harder than it looks. If you're listening to this, if you're watching this, you know that that's harder than it looks. And if you don't, then you haven't been in sales leadership for very long, because your people are human and they're tired and they doubt themselves and they're scared to lose. And you can't just give them a script for that. You have to give them belief. They have to borrow your belief when they don't have any of theirs. You have to give them a reason to keep going. Triumph's line in Fight the Good Fight is, "Keep up your spirit, keep up your faith. I am counting on you." And that's what leadership sounds like. It's not pressure. It's not hype. It's belief. So let me leave you with a few reflections and maybe a challenge. If I had to boil all of this down, here's what I'd tell any seller or sales leader that might be listening. And that is that the fight never ends. The fight never ends. And it's a good thing, because that's how we grow. We grow through that adversity. The second thing is that talent matters, but grit and honesty and consistency matter more than just talent. And then number 3 is leadership is a daily choice. And you've got to fight for something bigger than yourself. It's your team. It's your clients. And check it out. It's your legacy. So here's my question for you. Who or what are you fighting for right now? And if you don't know, then hit pause and think about that. Who or what are you fighting for right now? Look, because if you're going to pay the price every single day, it better be about something that truly matters. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in. If this hits home for you, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a note on LinkedIn. If we're not connected, let's connect on LinkedIn. Tell me, what is your anthem? Do you have an anthem? Tell me, what is your fight? And if you're leading a team that needs a little more heart and a little more fight and a little more truth, reach out. Let's talk. Hey, until then, I want you to do a couple of things. First of all, subscribe, like it, share it, give me a little love if you would, and then go and fight the good fight. As Triumph said, fight the good fight every moment, every day. See you soon.
That's it for today's sales performance. Insight, short, sharp, and straight to the point.
If something you heard today hit home, do me a favor. Share it with your team, your boss, or that sales rep who still thinks talking is selling. And if you want more ways to improve performance without pressure, like and subscribe, and join me next time. Until then, go make the conversation count.